All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. Today we have Kerry Moher, founder of Red Rooster Golf. So, Kerry, why don't you tell me a little bit how you started Red Rooster and what you do there?
Thanks, Ethan. Yeah, we celebrated our fourth anniversary in May of this past year. So we Red Rooster Golf Clubs was an idea I'd had for years. I played college golf and I've always loved the game. And it was an idea I'd had to do something in golf and to do something a little bit different. I played junior golf with my business partner, Brad Fritsch. Brad is a super accomplished golfer. He played at Campbell University and he played on the PJ Tour for 3 years. So
Awesome.
really good player, great sounding board. So we set out to make a really good golf glove. Back in 2020 is when we started. We started to explore the idea. We worked with the Trade Commission and got over to Indonesia, visited lots of different factories, found one that we really loved. They'd been making golf gloves for over 50 years, so they had a lot of experience. They've worked with a lot of the top brands, and they were closed at the time, so it was sort of the perfect storm. They weren't taking on new clients, but at the time it was unclear, you know, they were closed. It was unclear when they would reopen. So they took a bit of a flyer on us. They promised to deliver the first batch of gloves, and then we were on our own. They had to sort of get back to business as usual, but we launched with a Kickstarter and it was really successful. We sold over 2,500 gloves in 30 days, validated the concept, got over 1,000 backers, and we're sort of off and running at that point. And we won them over because of the success of that early campaign. They didn't just fulfill that first order. We've been working together for the last 4 years, and we're now one of their most important clients. We've sold over 100,000 golf gloves, so it's
Awesome.
been a fun ride. We started with Cabretta leather golf gloves, wanted to make the very best leather golf gloves, and accomplished that early on. And we've launched lots of follow-on products, and those are some things we can kind of dig into. Some of the future-looking ideas that we have. We've had another great year, sort of year-over-year sales, been growing about 50% each year for the last 4 years. Got over 2,000 subscribers and just really ahead of where we'd hoped to be in our 5 year visioning plan.
Right. That's amazing. Having worn a couple Red Rooster gloves in my lifetime, it's good to hear how you guys got started. That's amazing. And what, as a founder, what does a typical day look like for you? What'd you say your job title is within the company? What's that look like?
We're a small team, so I still consider us a bit of a scrappy startup. So wear a lot of hats, lots of hats that I don't like to wear. I'm not a big accounting and legal and logistics, and those aren't my favorite roles, but have to fulfill those. So typical day is jumping all over the place. My passion's product development, so that's what I love to spend my time on when I can carve out some free time. That's kind of where my head goes once the dust settles. But the day to day is a lot of in the weeds on the front lines of everything from shipping and receiving to working with partners to, customer support, working with our team. We've got an amazing team. We've got a warehouse in just outside Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm up in Ottawa, Canada. We ship probably 60% of our gloves are shipped from within the United States, and the other 40% is within Canada. So we're busy in both countries, and got a great team, marketing team, web development, design, operations, customer support, sort of across the board. But a typical day is I'll probably touch all those areas.
Awesome. That's great to hear. And going with the industry trends, what trends or shifts are you seeing that are affecting Red Rooster?
Well, the big one is probably the tariffs. It's we could kind of see those coming earlier this year. They've impacted everything because it's all of our partners are global and all of them have been affected, and it's been hard to keep up. It's been a bit of a shifting and moving and increasing and decreasing and but they're big tariffs. They have a big impact on our costs, and of course those costs move on to the customer. So, everything's sort of fluid at this point. I think that's one of
Mm,
the big trends. I'm sure everybody in the industry is impacted by those. So dealing with those and planning and trying to forecast and seeing sort of where they're moving to the
right.
extent that the dust will settle on those, at least to help us plan for next year. It's better to know sort of what you're working with as opposed to the sort of moving targets.
Right.
Um, I think the other thing is just there's a big shift within the industry to, I call them sort of micro brands, but there's been, it definitely benefits Red Rooster and a lot of other companies like us, a lot of
Right.
golfers because we're sort of amongst the companies that have kind of laid the groundwork. There was sort of some early waves of some smaller companies in golf. Golf is really dominated by the big name brands, and that's
Right.
largely where lots of golfers they have a lot of trust in those brands. And you'd see a lot of Titleist, TaylorMade, Ping, you know, hats and accessories, and the early smaller companies to come into the industry, their quality wasn't there. So
Right.
I think there was an appetite to golfers were open to that idea, but they weren't going to sacrifice quality for something sort of new and cool. And Red Rooster's amongst those companies who've come in and delivered, met or exceeded expectations,
Right.
come in with something new and different that's also high quality. So that's been great because we really rely on word of mouth, and we've benefited from a number of other companies that are sort of shaking things up a little bit, but coming in with really good products that golfers trust. And
Right.
so there's been that real move away from I don't mind saying this, but it's pretty uncool to wear the big brands these days. It's a bit lazy. Um, and so that's been really fun for us. That's why we've sort of we got our start with golf gloves. We make really good golf gloves. Our first year of operation, we came first and second in my Golf Spies glove review. So that helped validate those early adopters who took a chance on us,
Right.
who in the back of their mind they were like, I think this is a really good glove. And when we swept those awards, that helped foster that belief. And that's sort of grown. We have a very loyal customer base that keeps coming back and recruiting more customers for us. As a result, we've been able to get into some additional accessories, and always high quality things that take a while to get it right. But we've got that trust from our customer base, and because there's some other companies doing some really good things in golf as some new entrants into the industry, that's really helped build that belief that you can get really good golf products from other companies that aren't traded on the Nasdaq.
Gotcha. Right. You can definitely find some quality stuff that isn't Titleist, TaylorMade, or Ping. That's for sure. When you mentioned you're relying mostly on word of mouth marketing. Do you have any other marketing plans via social media or anything like that? What's your goals for media?
Yeah, we do get a lot of, when you step on the first tee and you have a Red Rooster golf glove on, it's a conversation is going to happen in and around that. You're wearing a big brand, it's basically invisible, you know. But when you see the Rooster logo, it sort of begs the question like, what is that and where did you get it? And
Right.
luckily, our customers are super proud of the products and say really good things. So we really benefit from that. It's a bit of a conversation starter that a lot of the bigger brands just don't have. But it's a full media mix, everything from podcasts to
Gotcha.
you know, all of the social media, the TikToks, YouTubes, Instagrams, Facebooks, Blue Sky, and of course we run ads. There's quite a bit of search, and we're launching shortly on Amazon to tap
Okay.
into that market. There's over 170,000 golf gloves sold every month on Amazon. So
Wow.
that's a big market. We're launching our it's our most popular glove. It's called the Sussex. It's our tournament glove. It's our thinnest, softest glove. So we're launching with that shortly, hopefully for Amazon Prime deal days on October 7th and 8th,
Awesome.
and
Okay.
see if we can't find some customers there.
There, that would be awesome. Definitely would be a nice new vertical for you guys.
Yeah.
Now, after covering marketing, what's your guys' goals for growth for the next 6, 12 months? Where are you guys looking to be?
Yeah, we're expecting bigger growth. We've had sort of year over year growth averaging around 50% over the last 4 years, which has been great. And that's largely lots of repeat customers, lots of new ones, and lots of new products. We're going to the PGA show. We attended last year. That was the first year we exhibited. We attended 2 years prior where we networked and did some product scouting. And last year we exhibited, had a great welcome. We launched what we're calling our green grass line. Those are the products that we offer to largely private clubs, some public clubs as well. But that's obviously the audience. That's the biggest industry show.
Right.
Last year we had a 10 by 10 booth, so we sort of dipped our toe in. This year we'll double that space. We've expanded our green grass line. We're doing a lot of custom work. There are a number of golf courses that carry the Red Rooster line of gloves, but we also have lots of custom products like our glove wallet, beautiful leather glove wallet, our glove compartment, which is a waterproof case. Those are places to keep those gloves flat and dry. But we do everything from performance hats to head covers, socks, and we're even launching an apparel line this year. We'll be doing
Awesome.
um, vests, polos, and hoodies.
Gotcha. So if I go play a private club next year, will I see a Red Rooster polo in there?
Hopefully, and yeah, we're starting to expand that, working with some sort of select partners. We used to get a lot of requests for custom gloves. That's something that we do that's pretty unique. There's a lot of brands that do what they call custom, which is either they do a run of white gloves and there's a spot for a dime size ball marker where you can put a
Mm,
logo that you can't read on. Some do like a black stamp of something. We
right.
do full silicone molds. In fact, one of our custom products that's launching this week is with Sanderson Farms, the PJ Tour event. Um, their Pro-Am gift this year is a Red Rooster glove. So it's a
Awesome.
custom and it's a great fit. Their logo is a rooster. We met at the PGA show. We're working with a number of resorts, so it's great. We just continue to expand that line, but yeah, that'd be great. Hopefully next year you'll see us in not just on the golf course, but also in the pro shop.
That would be amazing. That'd be fantastic. Well, now that we've covered your goals for growth, is there anything that's holding you back from those goals besides the tariffs?
No, I don't think so. I think we spent a lot of time this past year. We learned a lot by going to the PGA show. That was our first time exhibiting, so it was a pretty steep learning curve for us.
Right.
We had a good show. I think this year we're going to have a great show. We learned sort of what to do and what not to do, what to do in the lead up and how to, handle the follow up. And just the buying cycle. I think that's something that was new to us. The show is in late January, and
Right.
in a lot of cases, it's a networking show where lots of companies are, some are certainly making orders, but it is a little late in the season.
Right.
Typically, those orders are committed to in the fall. Um, that show is often what they can expect next fall. And so we sort
Right.
of learned that the hard way. This year, we're doing a lot more of our outreach in the fall, hoping to sign up a lot of new golf courses this fall, and then, of course, pick up a few new ones at the show. But you're more there to meet with your current customer base and show them what you're working on for next year.
Right.
A lot of them have already made their 2026 commitments by late January. Um, so that's more of a 2027 showcase. So we're gonna, um, we're busy doing the outreach right now. We'll hope to meet lots of those new customers at the show. We've got some great exciting new products for 2026, 2027 for them. So excited. A lot of our work right now is prepping for that show. It's
Gotcha.
something that's you sort of have to plan a year ahead of time.
Right. Yeah, the PGA show's a big deal. Last what, 3 or 4 days, the whole show, and you
Yeah,
gotta.
it's a long show. It's they're long days and lots of prep before, but it's great energy. We love it. We found that the days sort of fly by. It's the show continues to build. My understanding is they're
Right.
sold out this year, so it's great. They get incredible attendance, and we love being there. I love golf, so I love seeing some of the new products that are out. It really is
Right.
where you it's a very forward thinking show, so it gives us some great ideas and gives us great energy for the year.
Awesome. That's great to hear. Well, I think that about covers everything. Is there anything you'd like to share before we wrap it up here today?
The one thing I probably shared, just probably like our there's always one product that we always launch lots of new products
Hmm.
and some hits and misses. And this year we launched, this was in part from the PJ show, really from a couple of years ago. We attended and saw that there was this presentation where they shared that there's more golfers that are active off course than on course. And by that I mean um, the top golfs and simulator golf.
Right.
And so that was a bit eye-opening for us. I've done a lot of simulator golf. Been to the Top Golf, lots of fun, and obviously simulators just keep getting better with the technology,
Hmm.
and it's time-based, right? So it's hard to carve out 4 or 5 hours for a round of green grass golf, but you can play Pebble Beach by yourself in an hour, and it's a great
Right.
experience. Or
Right.
you can go in there and really work on your game and get lots of feedback with the analytics, etc. So we developed a glove this past year called the Simster, and it's a stretchy microfiber that's built specifically for indoor or off course golf, really for practice. Super durable, great feel, and we launched that in the spring of this year, and it's quickly become our second best selling glove behind
Wow. Okay.
our tournament glove, the Sussex. So that's sort of our product of the year, and we're actually just sort of getting into the season where lots of our customers are loading up on it. It's also been really popular with golf courses. Lots of them have simulators
Right.
and simulator locations. Lots of them didn't carry golf gloves previously because there was nothing built for their activity. So that
Right.
Simster product's been um, really a home run for us this year. I'm excited to see how things go with the fall. It's really opening doors with golf courses. That's that one product that no other company has, and it's really been performing. We hearing back from lots of customers who are hitting thousands of balls with it, and the thing looks brand new.
Right.
So that's been kind of our slam dunk this year.
That's great to hear. I'll have to check that out. Do some golf myself from time to time, so I'll have to take a look into that.
Sweet, please do.
Well, listen, Kerry, I really appreciate you having you on today. I think your insight to the golf industry and your side on the apparel has been very, very valuable to the podcast here. I appreciate your time.
Thanks, Ethan. Anytime.